In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I am celebrating the autumn equinox this year, which is also referred to as Mabon in the Wiccan Wheel of the Year. So I'm just going to share with you a few ways in which you can celebrate this beautiful time of year. And today I'm going to be foraging some foliage for an autumnal project that I have coming up I would like to do, as well as harvesting some crab apples from a tree in our garden to make some crab apple jelly for the first time. So if you're interested to see how I get on, do stay tuned. Grab yourself a nice hot drink, maybe a pumpkin spice latte or a hot chocolate, settle back and enjoy. So today I'm starting in the garden and I'm going to be foraging some of the herbs I have in the garden, and I found 3 plums from our humble plum tree. The cows like to eat that plum tree, it's quite funny. So I'm cutting back some of these plants here. Some of them are considered weeds, of course, and then of course there's mint. The lavender is pretty much all gone now, and just some other little wild flowers and such that I am cutting back. Beautiful spider. And I'm going to try to use these in an autumnal creative project that I have planned with some friends. So essentially we do want to make some autumn wreaths, so that is the plan. And so I'm just spending some time in the garden connecting with these beautiful plants before I select a few. We live in the countryside in Devon in England in the UK, and we're actually planning to move very, very soon. We have a date for moving, and this is probably going to be the last time I film here. So it's really, really nice to have harvested a few of these items. I mean, some of them I'll be taking with me, like the mint in another pot anyway, and the sage. But I'm just enjoying it. It's just gorgeous. The autumn equinox is one of my favourite times of year. I think it's the same for many witches, actually. It's a beautiful time of year because it's when the day and night are of equal length, hence the word equinox. And it's the second of the harvest festivals, the first of which is of course Lunasa, which is actually a Celtic fire festival. So this is a beautiful time of year to express gratitude and thanks for what you have in abundance. And here I'm making an offering to this crab apple tree before I go ahead and harvest some of these beautiful fruits. So it's a beautiful time to perform some gratitude workings, to do gratitude work in your journal. It's also a wonderful time to do shadow work and to review where you've been this last year and look at how far you've come. And it's a really, really lovely time to pause and reflect and go inwards, which I love. And of course, Samhain is on the way, and I can feel it in the air. The trees are starting to turn beautiful, beautiful shades of gold and red, and also then we get these beautiful fruits like these incredible crab apples. I also have a fig tree on this property as well, which I think will probably end up leaving the house before the figs come into season. But it has just been so beautiful harvesting all of these fruits, and they are just abundant and beautiful, as you can see. Stunning. So I'm absolutely amazed at the amount of crab apples that I harvested today from our tree, and there's still loads on the tree that I cannot reach, so I don't know if we need to get a ladder or something, or maybe we'll just leave them, but there are a lot going rotten on the ground. I know that the animals will enjoy what's there, but also it is quite messy what's left over. They're just so beautiful, and there's just this incredible energy about the tree as well. I will wash these and weigh them out, see how much I've got, and I'm going to make some crab apple jelly and probably some whiskey as well. I think that might be the easiest thing to do, to make like an infused liqueur. I'm not entirely sure how I'd go about making like a wine from these, so I'm going to do a little bit of research and find out. But first thing, I'm going to make a jelly, so that will be the first thing to do. So I'll just share a spoiler with you, first of all, that this actually ended up becoming a crab apple cordial, which was kind of a happy accident, but I'll show you where I went wrong. So I will also share with you the recipe that I found for this crab apple jelly. So first things first, I'm weighing all of the crab apples out, and then I'm separating them out and just weighing enough for what I need. The crab apple is one of the older variants of apple, and it's steeped in much lore. The recipe calls for 1.5 kilograms, so I'm weighing out just over so that I can obviously get rid of any bruised crab apples and any leaves or anything that's rotten already, and that should leave us with the right amount. So I'm removing the stalks and the leaves and just making sure that none of them are mealy. And I'm just discarding anything that isn't good enough for the crab apple jelly, essentially. So apples are known magically to be really, really healing and are obviously part of the Ogham tree calendar. Apples are also commonly associated with love magic and are symbolic of generosity and harvest and abundance and fruit of your labour and harvesting all of that amazing health and wellness and prosperity for yourself and your family. So it is a beautiful, beautiful fruit to work with in kitchen witchery, of course, as well as in green magic. So I now have just about the right amount of crab apples, and I am just cutting them up, and there you can see the beautiful pentacle. So this is one of the reasons why apples can be used for protection, especially around Samhain. Actually, you can use it as a spiritual ward in a working around Samhain time or Beltane, and it's a beautiful, beautiful fruit to offer to any deities that you work with. The autumn equinox is around the time that other apple trees are, of course, being harvested to make cider and apple juice, and if you have any local green spaces near you, it's quite likely there are some apple orchards, and you can actually book to go picking apples and harvest your own apples to make your own apple juice at home, and it's a wonderful thing to do with children. So if you don't have your own tree, don't fret. Also, if you have a Bramley apple tree, then you can make beautiful apple pies and apple crumbles, and of course you can harvest some beautiful blackberries, as we have done this year, and make an incredible blackberry crumble. My husband is so good at blackberry crumble. I really love to add vanilla and cinnamon to ours, but my husband doesn't do that, and still his crumble is incredible. So now I'm just adding some lemon juice, and it's the juice of 1 lemon, to all of these sliced apples, and that will just help them to not go brown. And I'm covering them with water, and this is where I think I went wrong, because the recipe actually says for you to add as much water as there are apples, and I think that was a little bit misleading, because I just thought, oh, I'll cover them, and it was only after that that I realised I probably should have weighed out the water and used the same amount of water weight-wise as I did crab apples, which is what I did not do. So crab apples specifically are featured in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, and the character of Puck references crab apples in his soliloquy, "I am that merry wanderer of the night, in the very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips, I bob." Crab apples were also featured in an old English poem, which I've discussed on this channel before, and it's the 9 Herbs Charm. So folklore tells us that the 9 herb charm was used as a way to ward off evil spirits, and crafted in folk magic to protect against the influence of evil spirits. And from early Irish literature, from Dylan, a poem reads, "A tree of apples, great its bounty, like a hostel vast, a pretty bush thick as a fist of tiny hazelnuts, a green mass of branches." So I'm also going to be adding the sugar, and the recipe calls for 450 grams worth of white caster sugar. However, I actually didn't think that this was sweet enough, and I ended up adding a significant amount of a bottle of maple syrup to it at the end, as well as some vanilla extract. I do love adding vanilla, so I added that to mine as well. I think I added about 1/3 of a bottle of maple syrup, and you'll see when I do this. So right now I'm just bringing it to the boil and leaving it for 20 minutes. I'm also just going to take a spoon and siphon off some of that scum. Really, really lovely. But I think this way you just get a clearer jelly. Not that it really matters. I think, to be honest, the taste is what matters, and of course the magic. You may have seen earlier while I was cutting up the apples, I actually did imbue my intention for love and prosperity and health for my family and myself into the apples as I was cutting them, and I continued to stir in my intention and use my witch's breath to blow my intention into the mixture as I heated it, as it came to the boil and as it continued to cook. I also used the back of my spoon to press the fruit against the side of the pan to just mush it up together so it became more of a puree. It looked quite a lot like applesauce that you put with pork for a roast dinner or something like that, and it smelled incredible, of course, and a really rich, beautiful golden colour. And this is where I added the maple syrup, about 1/3 of a bottle, and I didn't measure it, so I can't give you an exact amount, but I think it is definitely to taste, as well as some vanilla extract as well to the mix, which was probably a couple of teaspoons worth, and it tasted beautiful. I then strained the mixture through a clean cloth. I used a hairband to attach it to the pan so that it wouldn't ping off, but I did have a little bit of an accident, and at one point I tried to have a look at how much of the liquid had strained through, and I accidentally dropped the fruit back into that liquid, so I had to do it again a second time, and then my phone ran out of battery and I was filming on my phone for this in particular. So I successfully managed to strain the liquid from the fruit, and then I bottled it up, and there was quite a lot. I will show you how it ended up the next day. So it is the next day, and I've just been drying out some of these bits and bobs, these herbs and these flowers that I picked up yesterday, because I want to be able to use these when I'm crafting a wreath, like an autumnal wreath. I have some friends and we want to try to get together and make our own seasonal wreaths, so that is the plan. We're probably going to go somewhere like Hobbycraft and get the sort of base and then all do our own. So I wanted to collect quite a lot of foliage for that and make it really naturally. So that's what these have been doing here, just sort of drying out, and I'm keeping an eye on it, so if it rains I can just bring them inside quickly and keep them drying inside. And I don't know if I'll use all of this, but I just want a good amount of foliage, and I need to go out again and sort of forage for some more soon. Inside here is the result of the crab apples. I still have a huge amount of crab apples, and I have put them in the freezer because I would like to make a crab apple whiskey, but I don't have the whiskey yet, and I need to get to a supermarket, which I'm not going to be able to do today, so I have put them in the freezer. I was chatting to Giselle from Mad Witch on Instagram yesterday evening after having foraged and made this concoction yesterday, and Giselle said that she'd put the crab apples in the freezer, and I thought that's a very smart idea, so I have done the same. So this obviously isn't jelly. I did have a lot, this was full up, but it essentially is a syrup. It's a cordial, and my children have been drinking it and enjoying it, and I have. The hubby likes it too. It's like an apple cordial, an apple juice drink, and I was thinking that I could maybe get some sparkling wine, some Prosecco, and make some sort of crab apple champagne cocktails, crab apple Prosecco cocktails, I guess. I just kind of prefer Prosecco usually to champagne, but essentially that kind of like champagne cocktail idea I think would be really lovely. But it is just really nice on its own. You can see actually some of the fruit has gone into the jelly. I'm using quotation marks because of course this was what it was supposed to be, but I think where I went wrong is I covered the crab apples in water, and actually I should have weighed out the same amount of water as the crab apples in terms of weight, which I didn't do, so I think that's where I went wrong. But I've never made a jelly before. I've made quite a lot of jams in my life, and I used to bake such a lot before I had kids, and I do bake now with the kids, but there's not as much time, so I used to spend pretty much all of my spare time at the weekends and stuff baking and writing recipes and things, and so I used to love making jams as well, but I've never made a jelly, so this was my first foray into jelly making, and I think that I'm happy with the result because it was a fortuitous accident, but I still would love to make a crab apple jelly. So, and there's still loads on the tree, so if I have time I will do that. I will also probably do a whiskey, but I do want to get this vlog up and share this with you, so I don't know whether I'll fit that into another video or whether I'll just share it on Instagram and TikTok and such. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this. I think it's been such a really nice process, and this is really beautiful. I've just been storing it in the fridge, and yeah, a nice fortuitous accident. But definitely give it a go if you have a crabapple tree near you, and if you have an apple tree as well. Obviously the apples are ready at this time, and it's a beautiful way to celebrate the season, to celebrate the autumn equinox. And apples, of course, can be used in so many different kinds of spells, in love magic and self-love magic and abundance workings and such, and protection magic as well, with that beautiful star, that pentacle star inside the apple. So you can really utilize it in lots and lots of ways in your kitchen witchery, as well as in your magical practice in other spells and rituals and such. So there's so many things that you can do. I hope that this has given you an idea of how I've been sort of spending some of my time at the weekends and celebrating the season and just really sinking into the season and the gorgeousness of it. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do like the video. If you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up and share it with anyone who you think would like to see it as well. I'm sharing all of my social media accounts on screen and below. Do get in touch if you'd like to. Also, if you'd like to see more from me along the lines of tarot, witchcraft, magic and spirituality, then do think about subscribing. And while you subscribe, don't forget to hit that little bell notification, because that's how YouTube is going to let you know when I create and upload videos just like this. With all that said, thank you again so much for joining me. I hope you stay well and safe, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Take care. Bye.